Welcome to Onslow County today, and you can see we have picked a blustery day to come out to the beach and enjoy the beauty that is Onslow County. We have some terrific guests joining us. We'll speak with Tim Johnson from Onslow County Park and Recreation, Jeffrey Brown from the Onslow County Department of Social Services, and we'll introduce you to Emergency Services Director Bradley Kinlaw. As always, we are so glad you're here for Onslow County Today. Welcome back to Onslow County Today, and joining us now is Tim Johnson, Onslow County Parks Operations Supervisor. Tim, thanks for being here today.
Yes, ma'am. Well,
I should actually say thanks for having us, because
yes,
this is your
my
world.
office. Yes, ma'am.
Not a bad office,
No,
Tim.
ma'am.
Now, we want to talk about summertime at the parks, whether those parks are our beautiful parks that are inland or our beautiful beach accesses that we have here. And of course, we want to start, since we're right here and the Atlantic is right behind us, talking about how fortunate we are to have a county park system that provides us with such great beach accesses. And the first thing we want to talk about is how many beach accesses on Topsail Island does Onslow County operate?
Actual accesses, we operate 3.
Okay.
It's this particular one here, and a few miles down the road to the north is another one, which the actual access is on the sound side. You cross over a crossover to get over, but the parking lot is on the sound side.
Okay.
And then the last one is towards almost to the Surf City border, where we have one that's similar to this one that we're seated at right now. It has
kind of sits in the middle.
Yes, ma'am. Very large parking lot at both of these locations. The north one is a smaller parking lot.
Okay, and we cannot talk about parking without talking about the fact that the county provides parking absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely free.
Okay.
All 3 of our beach accesses parking is free.
Okay.
Now down at the BA2, which is the southern one, we have a parking lot on both sides of the street.
Okay.
Here, across the street does not belong to us. That is the North Topsail Beach Town Park, and it's paid parking over there. Okay. But on our side, it's free parking.
Now, when we talk about free parking, the one thing we want to remind folks is there is no overnight parking.
No overnight parking.
No overnight parking.
The summertime hours, the gates close at 8 o'clock, and your car will be locked in if it's still here.
Okay, so no overnight parking, free parking, but no overnight.
Yes, ma'am.
Gates, there are specific hours in which it's open.
We open at 8. Summer hours, we open at 8, and we close at 8 p.m.
Okay, so a little after sunrise, a little after sunset.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you can really enjoy this 12 hours.
All day long. Yes, ma'am.
All day long. And just an extraordinary view here.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, our beach accesses also have some amenities. Tim, tell us about what we have here.
At all 3 sites, we have restrooms.
Okay.
And we have concessions at this particular location, which is called BA4, and the southern one, which is BA2.
Okay.
We have concessionaires. Now, those aren't run by the county. Those are contractors. So the hours vary depending upon what's going on for the people who are running it. So I can't give you a guaranteed hours, but there are concessions.
All right. Now, the other thing is, when we're given such a beautiful gift as this location, we have some responsibilities as visitors. And let's remind folks about the rules here to keep it wonderful and safe for everyone.
Well, the first rule is no alcohol on any of our beach accesses. No glass. Please keep the glass off the beach. We ask that the trash that you bring over, as I call it, from the parking lot over the berm, you take back with you. We have some garbage cans in the parking lot as well, but there are no garbage cans on the actual beach. So please don't leave your trash. The other thing, we know how we all have kids. Everyone knows how kids love to dig deep holes.
Yeah.
We ask that you close the holes back up, because it also is turtle nesting season.
Yes.
And if the turtle comes on and dumps a hole right where the water is, she may use that and then leave, and then her nest will be damaged by the waves.
Okay.
So make it easier for them to get all the way up to the berm's edge, where that's typically where they lay their eggs.
All right.
Okay. Also, if you see a sea turtle, please don't mess with it. Don't
Yes.
mess. You'll also see sea turtle. Several years we've had sea turtle nests at our beach accesses. They will be marked, and please leave them alone, because you can be fined for messing with a sea turtle nest or a sea turtle.
Absolutely. You know, we've already seen reports. I think there are about 4
Yes, ma'am.
nests already on the island. And these are, again, a treasure. The fact that we have these massive, wonderful, ancient creatures that love our beaches as
Yes,
much
ma'am.
as we do. Now, the other thing we want to be mindful of is pets. I mean, some of us have pets that love the ocean. Others look at it and maybe no. But let's talk about when we bring our pets to the beach.
You are more than welcome to bring your pet to the beach. The only thing we ask is that your pet, and the town actually requires it, that your dog stays on a leash. The county policy is no longer than 6 feet.
Okay.
Now, if you're out walking by yourself and you have an extended leash and you extend him out, that's fine. But once people are by you, pull him into 6 feet so that he doesn't bother other people.
All right.
Please keep your pet from bothering other people, because some people don't like dogs.
Right.
I don't know why. I have 2 of them, but some people just don't like dogs. So be respectful of others.
All right. So leash laws, and of course, certainly clean up after your pet.
Yeah, absolutely. Clean up
All
after
right.
your pet.
The other thing is, we did mention kiddos, we did mention pets, and all the stuff that comes with them, whether that's toys or floaties. Talk about why it's important from a cleanup perspective that we also don't leave those plastics on the beach.
Well, plastics don't dissolve. They end up floating around out there, and they're out there forever. The other thing, the big thing everyone talks about here is plastic grocery bags, because
Yes.
plastic grocery bags mimic a jellyfish in the
Yeah.
water, and that's what turtles like to eat. So then we have a problem. So it's just best for you to keep track of your trash. And as you can see, the wind's blowing pretty hard
Yeah.
today. So when you take things out, make sure you have a secure hold on them, and you can get them back into your bag. If they blow down the way, try to go and see if you can't pick them up. That's something today you're probably not going to catch, because as soon as it takes off, it's going to be
It's gone.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're mindful of what we bring to the beach and what we take off the beach. We're mindful to keeping the beach beautiful. Now, the one thing that we all love, I mean, when you're walking along the beach, are seashells and shark's teeth and all the cool things that we might find. Let's talk a little bit about shelling responsibly and all the creatures that might call those shells home.
If you pick up a shell, try to make sure that there's nothing living in it.
Right.
Because you may be surprised when you get it in your car, or worse yet, when you get it back home. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely make sure that the shell does not have a small creature living in it.
All right, so we're shelling responsibly, we're keeping things clean, and we're enjoying these beautiful beaches. Let's talk about, last but not least, and the most important thing is when we do bring our children to the beach, the eyes on.
You should always keep your eyes on your children, no matter what age they are. As you can see right now, the waves are kicking pretty hard.
Yeah.
And one thing you want to watch for is, if the waves are coming in, everything's good. But if there's a space in between waves that there's no wave coming in, that's a possible rip where the water's actually pulling out. And no matter how hard you swim in that area, the water's just going to keep pulling you out. The best thing they say to do is swim with the beach up and down, parallel to the beach, and that way you'll get out of it. But keep an eye on your children, because if they get grabbed, they're going to go under. Today you'd have small children rolling over on their boogie boards, and they're going to enjoy themselves, but they may get dumped over by the next wave and not get up in time.
So always safety, understand that this is a really strong, I mean, the ocean is a powerful
it's very,
creature.
I wouldn't go, me personally, I've lived here 26 years, I wouldn't go swimming in this today.
Today's a rough day.
Today's a sitting on the beach and just watching day.
And just watching
collecting shells.
The beautiful shorebirds that are running up and down. And always we're looking at that horizon because we have migrating dolphin pods. It's a great day.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Tim, we also, when we go inland, we're really fortunate that we have parks that we can enjoy as well in the summertime. You've got hiking trails. Talk a little bit about the parks and how these same rules apply about safety and cleanliness.
Actually, just down the street, about 10 minutes from here, is our Stump Sound Park. It's the one closest to the beach. And it has 2 small hiking trails. It has several baseball fields and some other two beautiful playgrounds. One is brand new.
Yeah.
And if you want to take your child over, if you want to get away from the beach for a little bit and go over there, we actually enjoy it. The same rules apply. Your dog needs to be on a leash. You need to keep track of your children. You know, please, we have plenty of garbage cans, so put your garbage in a container, not on the ground. Pick up poop after your dog. It's the same rules apply there that apply here. And we ask that of all of our parks. And every one of our parks is free entry, free parking, you know, all that as well. There's plenty of places where if you wanted to grab McDonald's at the corner and go to the park and eat lunch there to get away from the beach for a few minutes, you can do that.
Well, you know, the great thing is we have these beautiful natural resources here in Onslow County that we can all enjoy. And as we're looking forward, Onslow Pines Park, which is kind of the home office, if you will, and Hines Farm, all the parks across the county, you all are imagining a really beautiful future for our parks as well. How can the public learn more about what's planned, and how can they participate in that conversation?
You can check out some things on our website. They're supposed to be updating those, and the county's website as well. You can also contact the county and let them know some ideas that you might have. We are going to have public awareness situations where we invite people to a location and let them see the ideas that we have and let them make suggestions as well.
Fantastic. Well, we're all going to enjoy this beautiful day at the beach, Tim. As you said, this is your office window.
Yes, ma'am.
What a great view.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's gorgeous. Thank you, as always, for everything you share with us.
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome back to Onslow County today, and joining us now is Jeffrey Brown, Deputy Director of Onslow County Department of Social Services.
Yes,
Jeffrey, thank you for being here today.
It's a pleasure to be back with you.
It's a little breezy, but we're glad that you've come out to join us for a really important conversation, Jeffrey, and that is about World Elder Abuse Awareness.
Yes, ma'am.
And let's talk a little bit about what that commemoration, what that observance is, when it's going to be. So the first thing is, this is a day in June that you all are planning some very special events. When is this going to be observed?
It is June 26th,
Okay.
Thursday, June 26th.
And what is the goal of the day, and what are some things we can look for?
Well, originally, World Elder Abuse Awareness started back in 2006.
Okay.
So it's been around for almost 20 years now. And every year, June is the celebration month. It started through the United Nations, actually, as a way of showing worldwide the scourge of adult abuse, neglect, and financial exploitation. And as we all know, that financial exploitation piece has grown into a worldwide multi-billion-dollar industry taking advantage of this vulnerable population. So we are looking on June 26th to commemorate the day with a really wonderful day full of speakers and guest presenters. It will be taking place at the Government Center over in Jacksonville from 10 o'clock in the morning till 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Now, when we talk about this observance and this awareness that you all are building for this, and the program that you're offering, what sort of programming activities or speakers will we looking for?
We are very excited. Senator Lazara is going to be there as our
Okay.
keynote speaker. So
Yes.
he's graciously agreed to come and spend the day with us. And he'll be presenting statewide some facts about adult exploitation. We also have our DA, Ernie Lee, will be there.
Okay.
Sheriff Thomas will be there. The Chairman Foster will be there to speak as well. So we've got some wonderful county leadership and statewide leadership to be there to talk about what's happening here in Onslow County around adult abuse and exploitation and statewide.
Well, you mentioned, this is a world observance. And while we think about the notion, the horrible notion of hurting anyone, much less the seniors that we honor in our lives, this is a much different when we talk about financial exploitation and scams that have been perpetrated against senior citizens, a lot because of technology. This isn't something that happens in the home necessarily. This is something that happens across the internet, right?
Yes, ma'am. And it has become a scourge across Onslow County, across North Carolina, across the world right now. Like I said, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry for these thieves to collect money from seniors. A lot of studies have shown that one of the biggest contributors to this for adults is loneliness.
Isolation.
Isolation. These people have become totally isolated in their apartment or their center or wherever they are, and they don't have anybody checking in on them. They don't have family. They don't have friends anymore. So they're often folks who are widowed recently and are just looking for some type of human contact, and that's exactly what these folks prey on. So we are really trying to get the word out. If you know an elder person here in Onslow County, check in on them. Go say hello. Spend some time with them. Go through your church to bring them into Wednesday night suppers, to bring them into Sunday services, so they have some connection. Loneliness is a terrible thing.
And, you know, in seeking out that connection, and perhaps they're on the internet, they're going to websites, and oftentimes it's that not clear understanding of that technology as well. And fear, right? There's oftentimes, I know that a fear technique is oftentimes used as well, and not understanding.
A lot of high pressure. You have to do this now. You have to get this money to us now. So they prey on folks who are a little bit less self-aware and a little bit less technology aware to get what they need and what they want. So, and one thing we have going on at the event on the 26th, to bring some really worldwide focus onto this, we have the Clowder Group. They're a documentary film company out of California.
Okay.
They're going to be here. They've been working the last couple of years on a series of short documentaries around elder abuse and exploitation, and the work that our adult protective services workers do across the country. So they're really doing some advocacy with these films, with the politicians, to try and get money where it needs to be so we can help better serve this population. And they are going to be here. We're really excited. They're going to screen a couple of their documentaries. They're going to have some talkback sessions after.
My gosh.
So they'll be here for the afternoon, spending some quality time with us. I had the great fortune of seeing some of their films recently and spending some time talking with them. And I think anybody who comes is going to be really, really pleased, enlightened, and ready to go hit the ground running as an advocate for our vulnerable adults.
I think, you know, in bringing attention to this, certainly this was probably exacerbated by the isolation caused by the pandemic, and then folks continuing to remain at home, and as you say, seeking that connection. And now the fact that it's getting this kind of global attention, recognizing the treasures that are our seniors. You all advocate for our elder population and our adult population that needs some special attention and love. How can we as a community help you?
It's interesting that you bring that up. I think one very interesting statistic that folks are very unaware of is that by 2031, there will be more people in the state of North Carolina over the age of 65 than under the age of 18. So this is a growing population, and as that population grows, the need is going to grow. So what you can do as an individual is go out and say hello to your neighbor. Take the time to get to know them. Take the time to get to know the lady down the street, the older gentleman across the way. See them in church. Go talk to them after church. See them in the grocery store. Ask them if they need help. Just connect with them. The more we can connect, we're all going to be there someday. And the more we can connect, the more we can build that network for them, the better off we'll all be.
Cultivate those connections.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, we want to remind folks one more time how we can all learn more, how we can use this opportunity for education, and tell us one more time the dates, times, and locations for this important program.
World Elder Abuse Awareness Day. It is Thursday, June 26th. It will be at the Government Center in Jacksonville from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There will be a ton of vendors there with information. We will have food trucks so folks can eat. We will have plenty of swag and plenty of door prizes, so there will be a lot of information. and a lot of ways to get involved in Onslow County and in the community.
Fantastic. And where can we go just to remind us of this information? What's the best way to connect with Onslow County Department of Social Services?
The Onslow County website, go to the Department of Social Services, go to Adult Protective Services, and we have all the information there for you.
Well, Jeffrey, thank you. Thank you for what you're doing for our elder population, both here locally and really globally. So we thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thanks for getting the plug out there. We appreciate you.
Welcome back to Onslow County Today, and joining us now is a new face to Onslow County Today, Bradley Kinlaw, Director of Onslow County Emergency Services. Bradley, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me. So excited.
You know, we wanted to take this opportunity as we kick off the summer, and summer is here for sure, to talk about some summer safety tips, some reminders, both to our residents and to our visitors who might have the opportunity to see this, about what it is to be prepared in the summertime, not just for inclement weather, but for safety in general. And I wanted to get your ideas about what's the best thing we can all be thinking about for summer safety.
Sure. Just in general in the summer, you know, we got to be mindful of, you know, hydrating ourselves as we're out working and playing. That's one of the biggest EMS needs we see during the summer. You know, our call volume spike on hot type emergencies, heat emergencies.
Dehydration.
Absolutely. And again, you know, we're here at the beach. What a beautiful place. And there's just so many dangers here that we just need to be mindful of, not be scared of, but be mindful of, such as rip currents and pop-up thunderstorms and things such as that. With the, you know, with the smartphones now, the weather's at our fingertips. So really there's no excuse for us to not be in the know about weather. You know, along the beach here, there's people moving around, crossing the streets constantly. Not to mention at our county parks and other recreational facilities around the county. This weekend, I just saw a tremendous amount of boats on the waterway. You know, that's a big thing here in Onslow County, and you know, being mindful of that, knowing the rules, you know, operating with life jackets and not with alcohol to ensure everybody's safety is very, very important as we move through the summer.
Well, the other thing we think about too is this is, as you said, you know, being mindful about alcohol use, especially not when we're driving, not when we're operating vehicles such as boats, not on our beaches. But this is a time of celebration. We've got, you know, 4th of July, a lot of families get back together. Talk a little bit about celebration safety, things like fireworks.
Absolutely, fireworks, you know, a lot coming up here July 4th. And there's a lot of rules in the state of North Carolina related to fireworks. And you know, just to summarize it, if it leaves the ground, it's probably illegal in the state of North Carolina.
Okay.
So you can buy legal fireworks at most of the retail places around, the Walmarts and that type thing, and the tents that are set up. They're all legal fireworks for the state of North Carolina. But again, we see a lot of folks bringing in outside fireworks, and that's where a lot of the danger to our citizens and guests come in, as these higher powered pyrotechnics are set off on these, especially along the beaches. So just need to be mindful of that. You know, be very careful just in general when using fireworks.
Very good. And especially with children too. I think about even with things that we consider safe or legal to operate, things just like a sparkler. I mean, they're well over 1,000 degrees, just that metal strip, right?
Absolutely. And another thing is the cooking with gas equipment during the summer. You know, ensuring you know how to use your gas-powered cooking equipment. Read the instructions. Make sure you understand the safety factors built into those pieces of equipment, and just provides for a better experience.
So be prepared. Read the instruction manual. Read that instruction manual. Be safe. And the last thing we want to talk about, while not nearly as windy as we have seen it, is that we do need to be so mindful that as we kick off May, June, we're beginning H season.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
So what can we do as individuals to prepare for hurricane season?
Sure, yeah, it's coming whether we want it or not. So let's be prepared. Let's, you know, ensure you have a plan. Ensure you have a plan to evacuate if needed. Ensure you have a plan to develop a kit. You know, it's hard for us today to just walk in and put a kit together, but at least have a checklist. Google a checklist, just snapshot it, put it in your photo album, so you can quickly refer to it when the time comes to talk about medications, important papers, pet supplies, your supplies. The more you can help us, the better we can help those that truly need to help. So we ask, you know, all the citizens to help us by being more resilient, be
Very
prepared, and more than anything, we would really like you to look at your insurance policies. Make sure they're up to date.
Yeah.
If you need flood insurance, make sure you get that. Because when FEMA comes to town, they're only delivering pennies on the dollar compared to what your insurance company does.
So be prepared. Make sure all your documentation is up to date, correct. And you all have a wealth of information on your website as well that we can look at.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the big things is Alert Onslow. Right on the county website. It's a good place to sign up for that. And that way you're in touch with us. We're passing out important information when the time comes. And if nothing else, please stay tuned to the media, to your smartphones to get the latest and greatest updates. Sign up for these weather warnings and weather alerts so we can ensure that you help us help you stay safe.
Well, it changes on a dime. It was blowing hard. Looks like the sun might be coming out.
I hope so.
So being really mindful, being safe, and being a good neighbor as we watch out for one another.
Absolutely.
Well, Bradley Kinlaw, thank you. Welcome to Onslow County.
Well, thank you.
And welcome to Onslow County today.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
As always, we want to thank you for joining us for Onslow County today. And a very special thank you to each of our guests, Bradley Kinlaw from Onslow County Emergency Services, Jeffrey Brown from the Onslow County Department of Social Services, and Tim Johnson from Onslow County Park and Recreation. You can see from our variety of guests today the variety of services that Onslow County offers for you, our community members, our visitors, and it's all right here in our 2025-2030 Onslow County Strategic Plan. This is our roadmap. This is where we're going, and we're glad you're a part of it. As always, we want you to get out and explore your Onslow County today, and while you're out there, pick up a copy of our strategic plans. Thanks for being here.